It's the news, the dog news. It's Scott and Greg with Barkology Podcast, and this is what you need to know about dogs in the news.
Dog health, dog food, everything about dogs.
If it's their hips, their back, their ass, their fur, it's everything you need to know. Dog news.
Even their poop. Don't talk to me like that.
Hey, we're back with the news.
Are we, though?
Yeah, we are now. I'll be honest, Greg. The stories we have today. What? It sounds loud.
Sounds fine.
Stop it now.
What do you mean?
You want like this?
I was just debating if I should drink another beer or not. And I decided not to. That's why I put the stop sign up.
All right. Well, the news.
Check yourself. Wreck yourself. Sorry. I'm sorry.
So the
It's
news.
been a long week.
The news today, though, is
The news.
somewhat
News.
disappointing. And realistically,
Scott printed these out, so fuck them.
Realistically,
That's
though,
bald head.
when you think about dog news, it wouldn't make the news unless it was relatively negative. Why?
That's what news
why
is
else?
today, man.
Or
News sells. Negative sells, bro.
Yeah. Or it would be a part of our other episodes. It'd be like a dog story, like a
Right.
So
dog stories make our regular episodes.
and dog news is negative,
make the
man.
tragic shit.
All right, folks. I'm
Lock
going
it
to
up.
tell you what the fuck is going on in Georgia, Columbia County.
Nobody cares.
Where do you think Columbia County is?
Nobody cares.
Well,
where it
hey,
is.
I'll tell you what. In Atlanta, you know where Atlanta is?
Yeah, a terrifying place.
It's in Georgia, where TIP's from, Tip, and
Yeah.
also it's a very openly
Shout
gay
out.
community.
Is it?
Yeah, in the black community, it definitely is. But I don't know if Columbia County is near Atlanta at all. But I'm going to tell you a story from Atlanta County or Columbia County in Georgia. So a pet owner in Columbia County is warning others after a dog died following a visit to Mistletoe State Park. Dr. Sammy Flynn, a veterinarian herself, took to Facebook to tell her story. In quotes, to all my Facebook friends who may hike in Mistletoe Park with their dogs, this afternoon while hiking within the park and on a designated trail, our dogs encountered some raw hamburger, which one picked up and consumed a small amount before we could take it away. That's what the post read. So we've all been in this situation. You're going on a walk, there's a random hamburger there.
Yep.
I don't know why there's a random hamburger on the trail.
Well, I mean, not in that exact situation, but Oliver is, quote unquote, the trash man.
Yeah.
He puts everything and anything that isn't the norm in his mouth.
Just vacuuming up everything. All right.
Doesn't matter what it is.
So Flynn went on to say her beloved dog, Rip It, so her dog's name is Rip It, died about an hour later. An hour. So that's like as soon as you get home after the trek. After the staff at Wester Vet Clinic did all they could. Flynn believes that the raw hamburger balls that they found on the trail at the park were poisoned.
Well, duh, dude.
Well, most dogs could eat raw hamburger and be fine, but she thinks that it's like actual poison burger.
First off, if you are on a hike in the middle of the woods and your dog just stumbles upon raw hamburger balls, you're not alarmed? That's not out of the ordinary?
But
who's just strolling along on a hike making meatballs?
Yeah, I know, but like if your dog if your dog picks it up a little bit,
read the story.
All right. Now, she's warning other pet parents to keep their pets away from anything strange on trails in Mistletoe State Park.
That's so hard to do.
It is. It's very difficult, especially off leash.
Every time I go in the woods with my dog, he's off leash.
Yeah. So they're picking up whatever they can, and they're way ahead of you. They might be 50 yards away from you. In quotes, reported it to the park, and they, of course, do not put poison out on the trail, so someone came into the park and placed them. Obviously, the fucking park attendants are not poisoning dogs, hopefully.
What a shithead.
Yeah. The message was posted Tuesday, and by Wednesday afternoon, the dog rescue group Zeus Crusaders had a post from a man offering a reward for information about whoever's putting meat out on the trail.
Good.
In quotes again. Yeah, good. Let's catch him. In quotes again, we're offering a $2,000 reward for anyone with information leading to the arrest and conviction of the person or persons responsible for placing fatally poisoned balls of raw hamburger meat on the trails frequented by dogs and their owners at Mistletoe State Park recently.
Well, fuck that place.
It sounds kind of sketchy. But Dr. Flynn...
Kind of?
Okay, yeah, it's a little sketchy. Dr. Flynn says she'll match the reward for a total of $4,000. So if they can find somebody with information, she'll double it. So instead of getting $2,000, they'll get $4,000. Mm-hmm. The post also stated that whoever gives information can do so anonymously, so you don't have to actually convict yourself. The post also stated that, I just read that. Flynn's original post has since been shared on the Wester Veterinary Clinic's Facebook page as well. The vets told News 12 they got a call about a similar case recently. They say an owner called telling them that they took their pets hunting not far from the park and had a same experience. Their dog ate something and died from poisoning as well.
Jesus.
Georgia DNR says this alleged second incident was never reported to them, so they didn't report when the dog died. Flynn and her husband were both close to Rip It. What a cute dog. I don't know what kind of dog it is, and they recently lost their 16-year-old terrier as well, making this even more difficult to lose. In quotes to finish out the story, doesn't make sense. We felt like we have both lost our very best friends. We're heartbroken. Well, that's it.
Yeah, that's...
So, if you live anywhere near Mistletoe State Park in Columbia County in Georgia, beware of what your dogs are fucking eating, because apparently somebody's out there poisoning this shit. And this is recently.
Doesn't make any sense. Why would anyone fucking do that?
I don't know. People are fucking crazy, man. People do shit you don't think about.
But I hate the world.
That's it. So if you live in Columbia County, Georgia, this is a week ago that this was printed in the news. Be aware. Make sure your dog's not picking up anything random. All right, Greg?
All right. Well, that was sad.
That's the story, man. You got to be aware. Columbia County, Georgia.
All right.
What do you got, brother?
Title, Run Up to Christmas. Sick pups serve as warning.
Uh-oh. So it's almost Christmas.
So while more and more Brits, I guess this is a British news article.
From the UK?
It relates. While more and more Brits are keen to let their dogs take part to Christmas celebrations along with the rest of the family, the festive period is not a happy one for many. Many less lucky animals. Not only there are hundreds of calls to the RSPCA cruelty line each Christmas Day.
RSPCA is in UK as well.
Yep.
International, I'm assuming then.
But many pups are bred in puppy farms for the sole purpose of being sold as Christmas presents, like objects to be wrapped up and placed under Christmas trees. So this is a sad story. All right, despite the decades-old message that a dog is for life, not just for Christmas, far too many members of the public still buy puppies on impulse.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Like, people think, like, hey, I can buy a puppy.
It pisses me off.
It can be a Christmas present, but then they don't understand the responsibility that comes with it. Right. So, fuck you, stupid people.
Anyways, so far too many members of the public can buy puppies on an impulse, online, and from unscrupulous breeders as Christmas presents. With Lucy's Law only set to come into force on April 2020, there is sadly little reason to hope things are going to be different this year. Many of the puppies brought over the Christmas period find themselves in rescues, pounds, or in the streets once the reality of a dog ownership sets in. Others become gravely ill as soon as they arrive to the new home, causing heartbreak to the well-mannered members of the public who bought them.
Yeah, and it puts like a sour taste in your mouth if you're picking up a dog that's, been in the pound or whatever for a long time, and then you bring them home and they're like, yeah.
I think the message was the other way.
What do you mean?
They got them from breeders.
Oh, so the breeders are giving them dogs that are ending up
shitty
sick.
Dogs.
Oh, man. That's even
because
more
they're shitty breeders and they're asshole people and I hate them.
Fucked up. Well, there's so many illegal
And so they bring them
breeders,
home and then all of a sudden they're like, oh my God, my dog's sick. And then they die. Or they bring them home and they're like, oh my God, I'm an idiot human being and I don't know how much responsibility a dog is. And then they just either toss them on the street or they bring them to the pound.
Or a combination of both. You get them from a shitty breeder and you could be a good owner, but they don't tell you that the dog doesn't have any shots or anything. And they're like, oh no, it's up to date on its shots. And then you can't give them to them and they're a little puppy. It's fucked up.
All right. So to continue, 8-week-old Pepsi and Tala were already sick when they were brought to Donna Egan from Bristol, who had sent an advertisement online and had arranged to go see the pups. All right. I really didn't feel comfortable with the situation, but decided I couldn't stand to see the seller take these pups away. We saw an advertisement for puppies on Gumtree and arranged to go see them, said Donna. On the way there, the seller called to say they were busy and would bring the puppies to us instead. Sketchy already. This is a huge red flag. As it is common excuse puppy farmers use to sell puppies away from the breeding site to keep potential buyers from seeing the horrific conditions they were born into. But it happened so fast. Donna did not know how to react when the sellers arrived. He had 2 puppies and put them straight into Donna's open car with the children inside. Good luck, people. Game over. You're taking them. I would. You wouldn't?
I would 100%.
Oh, dude. You put a puppy in my arms and like $20. Mine.
You look in that thing's eyes and you're like,
you're done.
Yep.
Yep. Fuck you, asshole.
You're like, you're mine
You're
and
cool,
I'm
puppy.
yours.
Let's go.
Yours, you're mine. Even more, I'm yours. Because you think, you're like, oh, this puppy loves me. Let me bring him home.
Yeah.
It's such a...
Just wait till you see the love you get.
Yeah,
puppy.
it's such an egotistical point of view, but that's what it is. It's like, hey, I look into this puppy's eyes and you're like, oh, I love you. But then the puppy's like, with his little black glossy eyes. And then it's like,
game over.
I'm going to do everything I can for you. And the dog's like, it's just a puppy. You know, it's not actually
I don't know what
projecting
you're
anything.
saying, but okay.
Okay. Continue.
Getting a puppy is awesome.
I love puppies.
All right. Sorry. Donna continued, I was taken aback. My children immediately wanted the puppies, but I could see that they were in bad condition. I really didn't feel comfortable with the situation, but I decided I couldn't stand to see the seller take the puppies away. I was worried as I didn't know what would happen to them. They looked so poorly. Well, Donna, it looks like you did God's work. All right, so this is another common tactic. It is very hard to walk away from poor puppies, as the desire to save them obviously takes over, even when knowingly that the money is going to disreputable breeders. This money is going to disreputable breeders to fuel a cruel industry. I wish I could just kill people.
Oh, yeah. Shitty people?
Yeah.
100%, yeah.
Sorry. No, Side note.
I'm down. I mean, that's it. No, I completely agree.
All right, Donna. Sorry. It's the ADD speaking. Can control your impulses.
Let's kill him.
But I wish I could. Fuck him. All right, Donna brought both puppies to Bristol PDSA Pet Hospital to get a thorough checkup, and they were indeed very sick. PDSA vet Penny Morgan said, when the puppies arrived at the pet hospital, they were in sorry state. The breeder clearly hadn't given them the proper preventative care, like vaccinations, worming and flea treatment, or raising them in healthy environments. They needed to be put on weight, but had diarrhea and
they needed
severe
love,
wounds.
dude. They needed love.
They needed their shitty puppy breeder to be shot in the face.
No, I would say, like, hey,
And then the cycle to end.
I think I said this to you last time. I'm like, hey, go fall down some stairs. I was joking, obviously, but like, if you could take this breeder and hold them at a top of like 100 flight of stairs, like 100 stairs, and be like,
The
hey,
breeder?
What's that?
The breeder?
Yeah, the breeder. Yeah. And be like, hey, I'm holding on to you now. I'm going to let you go unless you treat these puppies right. Like, you do this shit, you do that, whatever.
Oh, no.
Fucking let them go. I think they'll learn the lesson. I'm saying we don't need to kill them. We can just let them fall downstairs to the point where they're paraplegic. Let them live a shitty life.
That is worse than death, so I agree. No, it's not true.
Sometimes.
Many paraplegic people live wonderful lives. So the story gets worse. Both puppies were riddled with fleas and lice, which caused them scaly patches on their skin and their bodies. It's quite rare for a dog and a cat to have a louse infestation.
Louse?
Louse.
Oh, louse is lice. Sorry.
Lice are most common in pets who are young, old, or unwell, and pets kept in dirty, uncrowded conditions, said the vet lady. So I would urge anyone thinking about getting a puppy to be careful so they don't end up in the same situation as me, said Donna.
That's huge.
Did you catch that?
That's the point
I
of
would
the
urge
article.
anyone thinking about getting a puppy to be careful so they don't end up in the same situation as Donna.
Mm-hmm.
Third time?
No,
okay.
Two's good.
Right. Pepsi and Tulsa were treated for lice, fleas, and worms, and they went back to their new home on the same day. Donna was advised to feed them a bland diet and give them a probiotic paste to help them treat their diarrhea and vomiting. Despite their awful start in life, Pepsi and Tulsa's story had a happy ending. Yes!
Yeah, finally, Greg.
Right. They are now thriving in their new family. Donna said, the puppies are gaining weight, and we treated... Sorry. I got really excited. I couldn't really read. The puppies are gaining weight, and we've treated the whole house to getting everything free from parasites. Their health is much better. I'm determined to do everything right for them after they had such a poor start in life.
Mm.
They've been back to the pet hospital for the vaccinations and will be nurtured in the near future so they can have the best possible life and health in the future. All right. I urge anyone thinking about getting a puppy to be careful so they don't end up in the same situation as me. That's 3 times, people.
Third time. Awesome.
I worked with a guy with one eye, and he explained things to me 3 times. And after the 3rd time, he would tell me, I've told you this 3 times now. If you don't do it right, it's because you're an idiot or you're just trying to fuck with me.
Yeah.
So do it right.
Promise me 3 times. All right. So just beware.
All right, well, good luck to Pepsi and the other dog.
Yeah, but also beware of, the dogs you're getting, right?
Reputable breeders. There's nothing wrong with getting puppies and dogs from breeders. Just make sure they're reputable.
Yeah.
That's all we ask.
Adopting is also a very, very awesome situation as long as the dog fits your lifestyle and all that. But at the same time, if you're going to go out and go to a breeder, make sure it's not a fucked up person like these people.
Right.
All right, Greg, I'm going to wrap us up. We usually do a food recall, but there hasn't been too many that I think are worrisome.
Are you sure?
Yeah, in the past we've done the dog raw pet food and the pig ear treats. There's nothing new necessarily.
I thought we had a 3rd story. Or you already tell it 2?
No, I'm going to tell one more. I'm just saying, pet food recall wise, don't worry about it. But I'm going to end this with a terrifying story.
Ooh, it gets worse, people.
It gets
Merry
terrible.
Christmas.
I know. I'm sorry. Yeah. Hopefully, we'll do another episode before Christmas. We'll make it a happy one. Right, Greg? But this is a terrible story. And I don't know. It's news for sure. Take it as you will.
Should you read the title or leave it?
Yeah, I'm going to read the title. I'm going to give him
leave it.
No, I'm going to give him the whole thing.
No, leave it.
Leave it? What do you mean leave it? I'm going to read the whole fucking... All right. No, I won't read the title. I'll just get into the story. All right.
Bad.
So Lisa Snyder, 36 years old, stands accused of having sex with her dog in the weeks before killing 8-year-old Connor and her 4-year-old sister, Brinley. Told you it was dark, Greg.
I want to go home.
Yeah, and she looks like a woman that would have sex with dogs. Don't ask me what that looks like. Police say the mum, so I'm guessing this is still English news.
Yeah, where'd you find these stories, dude?
I think it's got to be UK news, but they say mum, M-U-M, instead of mom. Police say the mum staged the deaths of her kids at their home in Albany Township, Pennsylvania. Never mind, it's in Pennsylvania.
Makes sense.
So she staged it to look like suicide. On the day they were found hanging...
Their kids?
Well, she said...
Committed suicide?
No.
Right,
She staged it. She staged it to look like suicide. On the day they were found hanging, Snyder called 911 and claimed her bullied son had made threats of doing this, but didn't want to go alone. So he didn't want to hang himself alone. Not true, people. The siblings died in hospital 3 days after they were found unresponsive and hanging from the same dog leash, reports claim. The cord was wrapped around the main support beam of the basement, and 2 chairs were overturned nearby, according to the reports. Oh, they're cute. They look like happy kids. They don't look like kids. Well, one, they're both so young. Like, even if you were bullied, I don't know if, like, suicide's something you think about for the most part. There are random cases where kids commit suicide if they're super, super bullied, but they look like they're just so young. All right. Snyder allegedly picked up the dog leash from a nearby Walmart on the day of the hangings, Berks County District Attorney John Adams said. Police allegedly found 3 sexually explicit photos of Snyder engaging in various sex acts with a black and white dog in the weeks before her kid's death, according to the affidavit. Snyder told cops she owned the dog, which was a black pit bull mixed dog weighing 50 pounds, but she said she had given the dog away. She has been charged with first and third degree murder, child endangerment, and evidence tampering.
Endangerment?
Yeah.
That's what it says now, but I'm just tripping in.
Did I not say endangerment?
You did.
Oh, okay.
Just read.
Child endangerment and evidence tampering in the deaths. In addition to this, Snyder has been charged with animal cruelty, including intercourse with an animal. Fuck you, bitch. Sorry for saying bitch. Say it all the time, but
don't say it.
Fuck
don't
you.
Say sorry.
Police said Snyder was linked to internet searches for episodes of a documentary series on crime called I Almost Got Away With It. So she's like literally researching on the internet how to get away with killing her fucking children.
This makes no sense.
Let me finish. And it makes sense if you're a fucking stupid person.
Read.
The day before the bodies were found, the account was used to search methods of hanging, authorities said. On the day the bodies were found, a search was made on whether an idling hybrid car would produce a carbon monoxide, authority said. So she was trying to see if like maybe she could leave him in the car if you had a hybrid car in the garage. That's how I take that. She's trying to see if it would produce enough carbon monoxide to kill them. Pretty fucked up. Lehigh County's coroner's office said Monday that both children were killed by hanging and ruled the deaths homicide. So they were hanged, but it was not a suicide. Snyder has claimed the children killed themselves, but Mr. Adams said authorities were suspicious about the case from the beginning. 8-year-olds generally, I said this, Greg, they look way too young to even be relatively affected by, you get affected by bullying, but you don't hang yourself at 8. 8-year-olds generally that I'm aware of do not commit suicide. So of course we had questions, Mr. Adams said. Snyder claimed the boy was bullied, but authorities said there was no evidence of that. So there's not even evidence of bullying. That's so ridiculous. They said the boy showed up, no sign of distress, on bus security video on the day the children were found. To have 2 children taken at such a young age, in quotes, and what happens to be 2 very innocent children, it's just not right, said Adams. Snyder remains in custody without bond. She said nothing to reporters as she was escorted from the state police barracks. Oh, that's the end of the story.
Thanks.
So, folks, just to wrap it up on a positive note.
Hold on.
This wasn't even a dog story. I should have read through it. This is just a sad story. I mean, she fucked a dog. She fucked a black and white pit bull, 50 pounds. But then she killed her children. So, if you're thinking about doing that, don't do it.
Why do you research online how to get away with murder?
Unless you're trying to get away with murder.
No. And the first search that comes up is don't search how to get away with murder.
Is that true?
I mean...
Yeah, like don't murder?
I've never searched it.
You want me to search it?
No.
Put it on my record.
Because if Leah dies, or I die unsuspectedly, I don't want you to be
I'd be the first suspect.
But wouldn't you think step one to get away with murder would be don't search on Google how to get away with murder?
She's a dumb... you know what, folks? I don't use the word cunt much, but she's a dumb fucking cunt.
Is she going to die?
I hope to God... Actually, you know what? I hope she goes to jail for like 40 years, 45 years. She gets out and then...
All of her fingers are cut off.
Sure. Why not? Yeah, I'm okay with that.
All of her toes are cut off.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. She kind of hobbles around. And then she goes out and she tries to pet a black and white pit bull, you know, around 50 pounds. And that thing fucking mauls her. And it's in the dog's defense. Maybe she stuck her finger in the dog's ass. Dog fucking chews her ass to death, kills her.
Yep.
That's how she dies.
I hope she lives.
Fuck you, bitch.
And her whole life is fucked up.
No.
I want her to suffer, dude.
Are you kidding me?
I want her to suffer.
Oh, I thought you said I don't want her to suffer.
No, I want her to suffer.
Yeah, I hope this woman has the worst life ever. I'm getting fucking triggered right now.
Can I hate this
bitch. Yeah, I hate this fucking bitch. You look like a fucking dumb cunt.
I'm over it.
All right, folks. Sorry to end on such a emotional segment. Love you guys, though.
Christ.
This is the news segment. I think it's our third one or our fourth one. We love you guys. It's the news. Sorry, the news this week was...
Scott, where can they find us?
You guys can find us anywhere you listen to podcasts, Apple, Stitcher, Podbean, wherever it is, YouTube. We're going to have videos coming soon, but... on social media, it's Barkology Podcast at Instagram, on Facebook, wherever it is. We love you guys. You're the dog pack. And Greg, I'm out. I'm going to get dinner, bro.
I'm out. I'm over this.
You're over this. And what do you say, buddy?
Wagmore.
Bark loose. It's the news, the dog news. It's Scott and Greg with Barkology Podcast, and this is what you need to know about dogs in the news.
Dog health, dog food, everything about dogs.
If it's their hips, their back, their ass, their fur, it's everything you need to know. Dog news.
Even their poop.